Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I turn these gloves into these gloves with the help of this, so stick around. So I'm going to show you how I made my gloves for my Thorin costume. I was trying to figure out what would be a good glove to use, and at the time it was a little bit colder outside. We were using our wood stove and I was using these. They are Harbor Freight welding gloves. They're like $5, and I was thinking, you know what, this could work pretty well because they're big, they're chunky, you know, they definitely give me big dwarven hands. So I went down to Harbor Freight, picked up a new pair of them, and I started working on them. I started by going around and getting all of the seams, and I'll show you how exactly I did that because, well, that was very time consuming. And then I went from there and I started to apply the shoe polish to the rest of the glove, and this is where I'm at so far. I'm going to do another coat. There's a little bit of brown showing through still, and I just want to get it a little more even. Though I like the texture that it is giving. I mean, I was thinking maybe use a leather dye, but I don't know, the shoe polish is just giving it a little extra texture, a little extra definition, and I think that's pretty good. It'll break up the rest of the black that's in the costume. Okay, so I'm using Kiwi brand shoe polish. I got the tin version. That's what I started working into the seams of the glove. I have a little bit of a seam that I have to do yet, and I'll show you how I did that because, like I said, it was time consuming because you really have to get the shoe polish down into the seam and spread the seam open so you can do that. It was real hard going around the fingers and getting it in there. Probably took me a good hour or two to do that with both gloves. So I'm just putting a little bit of the shoe polish on the old cloth rag I have here, and then I'm just spreading the seam out where I can start to see the threads, and then I'm taking it, I'm kind of globbing it in there, and I'm just working it in. You will get dirty, your fingers will get a little black, but it washes off. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I'm just working it in. You can see how I'm starting to get it in there. It's good to have a good bit on your cloth as you're working into the seam because it really allows, like right there I have a nice big chunk, allows you to spread that in there and just kind of squeegee it down through and just pulls it in real nice. And it's just those little touches that for me, well, I like that. I like the detail and to make sure everything looks as good as possible for what I'm doing. So yeah. So yeah, I just got it into that seam there, and you can see there's a little spot here yet I have to get, and I'll just work at that a little more, and it'll be good. Okay, now that I got the seam filled in, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the rest of the glove, putting a good bit of the shoe polish on my rag and just brushing it on and just starting to work it in. And one thing I learned from doing the other glove is there's like fibers on the glove, so you kind of have to work all directions to be able to get a good even coat. So I just kind of go back and forth until it starts to look black and I start to feel satisfied with it. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and work on finishing the glove that I got, I don't know, I would say 80% covered. Try to work at covering more of the brown that's exposed. And that's because, like I said, the fibers like to go different directions when applying the shoe polish, so it's good to just kind of work it around. Well, now I need to come back and work it the other direction. Just had to wait for the shoe polish to dry and to kind of set before I went ahead and did this step. Really helps to put a generous amount on your rag so that you can work it in, and helps to start give it a good solid even coverage like here on the ring finger. Once that dries completely, that'll start to look really good. I think I'll be really satisfied with that. Alright, that's a little more of what I'm looking for. Still a little bit of brown, but I don't mind that too much. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to keep working on this. Hopefully this was good insight for you to get some ideas for yourself as you go ahead and do your costuming and cosplays. And after all that hard work, this is the finished product. Haley went ahead and finished putting all the shoe polish onto the gloves while I was at work the one day, so that was a huge help. We ended up using 2 cans of the kiwi shoe polish to finish the 2 coats on the leather gloves. You can see right here that we used a good bit of the second can, and obviously we used all of the first can. But it really did make a difference using that amount to get the gloves as dark and black as we did. And then we just went to Walmart, found this awesome ribbon for like $4, and we went and put that on the openings of the gloves. Haley went ahead and just used hot glue for that. And tricky part about that was the fact that the glove is shaped differently, so she had to kind of glue the one side on and seam it together like you can kind of see here. But once you wear the glove, you can't tell, and it puts a nice trim on it, which Thorin has on his gloves. And there you go. That's my Thorin gloves. So if you liked what you saw here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And until next time, so long, farewell, Memoria. Help of this, the help of this. With the help of this.